and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom, and this is going to be the update video for kind of Blu-ray and maybe a couple of 4K for the month of March and April. I'm actually recording this a little earlier in the month, but I don't think I've got anything due. There's one more due, but I don't think it will get here until probably the month's end. So I thought I would get this done now. So without further ado, let's have a look. And the first movie we'll be looking at is Daddy's Head, which was a movie I really actually enjoyed when I watched it, and I thought I wanted to pick up a hard copy of it. And this was a German media book. It is slightly damaged, but I knew about that before I bought it. I only got this for less than £10, DVD and Blu-ray included. And it comes with, obviously, it's a German media book, so obviously it's a German language, but you've got obviously a variety of text and kind of images from the movie. It's a decent creepy movie about a kind of a changeling kind of style creature, and it sort of imitates the father's head, and his little boy kind of thinks it's his dad. Worth watching. I have actually got a few kind of extreme movies, more stronger movies, but I am going to save them towards the end of the video because the YouTube algorithm doesn't care what happens in the back end of it. So we'll get to them. But first we'll have a look at the Full Moon Fright Box Volume 1. And I got this because I specifically like the Doll Man and the Demonic Toys movies. So what have we got? This is an Australian release. Comes with that, so the kind of the J card there from Umbrella. So let's check out these movies. So the originals, we've got Demonic Toys, which is a kind of quite a fun little horror film from Full Moon. I quite enjoyed this one. I had this one on VHS. And then we had Doll Man with Tim Thomerson. Again, a sci-fi movie about a kind of, I think, 13-inch alien that comes down to Earth. Then we had Doll Man versus Demonic Toys. And this is actually a little bit of a Frankenstein movie. The majority of the footage from this one's actually kind of taken from the original Doll Man and Demonic Toys. Just a little bit of a new footage made specifically for this. It's, if you haven't seen those two or haven't seen them recently, it's still a fun watch. But the only one I actually haven't seen is Demonic Toys 2. So this out of the three of those is the only one that I haven't seen. So I will probably check that out at some point soon and enjoy that. So yeah, you got those four movies. I believe there's a number of these kind of fright boxes. I think there's at least 3 of them. And they've got, like, I think Puppet Master and like a few other kind of like series. But yeah, I like these movies. That's why I wanted to get this one. So a little bit of sci-fi. We have Apocalypse Unknown, and this is obviously a post-apocalyptic movie. This has only just arrived. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Kind of a low-budget indie post-apocalyptic movie. Really know nothing about it. It was a bit of a blind buy, but it wasn't expensive. So, I thought I would want to check it out. We've got the Kurt Russell movie Soldier. This is a German release, so it's known as Star Force Soldier. And I think there's like a 4K version of this. I don't really care about 4K, I have to say, so Blu-ray is fine. So they had this kind of steelbook, and I thought, yeah, because obviously people are selling their Blu-ray versions to get the 4K, I can swoop in and get this for cheap. There you go. So that is the it's not my favourite looking steelbook, to be honest with you, but it kind of goes with the functional character that is Todd, the character that Kurt Russell plays. Right, we have Beast of War, which is a pretty decent shark movie that I have reviewed, and I kind of want to pick up my my kind of shark movies if I can. That I've certainly the ones enjoyed. Not too fussed about the kind of the over the top Sharknado types, but certainly the kind of the more ground or somewhat grounded movies. There's a review of this on the channel if you want to check it out. Next up we have Debbie Does Demons, and this is a 2026 re-release of this movie. I think the original one was put out by Vinegar Syndromes. It comes with this kind of slipcase, and I think that art is different to the original one. I'm not sure if it looks like it might have a reversible sleeve, but I actually haven't opened this yet. There is a review of this on the channel. This is by Donald Farmer, and he always seems to have Jessa Flux in his movies. So I'm wondering if they're like an item possibly. Do you know what I should have done? Should have turned it around before I put the sleeve back on. It's a silly kind of B movie, obviously a play on the porn film Debbie Does Dallas. This time she's doing demons. Another shark movie. This is The Reef, and this is a kind of a collector's version. Again, an umbrella of a release, I want to say. Yeah, so it's actually limited to 750 pieces. I got this for quite cheap. I didn't want to pay a lot of money for it because I actually have it on Blu-ray already. But I did see this collector's edition on eBay for cheap. And I thought, oh, do you know what? It's rude not to. So you've got some postcards there. A nice little booklet. And the movie with a spot gloss slipcase. I really like that, to be honest with you. I think that, you know, I would have been tempted to buy that if I'm completely honest with you. And then you've obviously had the movie itself. It's a pretty decent movie. It's actually one that I think once you've seen it, most people would agree it's probably one of the better shark movies. But at the end of the day, I think it's a lesser known movie to a large degree. But you know, if you like a shark movie and you want a fairly decent one, it's pretty strong. But and the nice box set. The Devil's Reign. This one a Severin release. I have reviewed this one on the channel, so if you want to see what the film's like, you can check out that. It's an older movie and it is limited to 1,500, as you can see on there. Comes with a kind of a quite fun slipcase, and it's got William Shatner in it. Actually got quite a few recognisable characters in it. It's a strange movie. The plot wise is a little bit over the top. Reversible sleeve. I can't remember. I didn't think I had seen this before. I think it was the first time watch. But yeah, a little bit of a, you know, crazy kind of satanic cult type thing. We've got Shocking Shorts, and this is a collection, I should probably guess, of short films. And this is signed by J.R. Bockwalter, who went on to do a variety of kind of cult movies, and this is obviously some sort of little shorts and short films and things. Fun release. Obviously you got what, 26 or 25 little short films on there. I'm sure some of them are more vignettes, so I don't think it's really an anthology, because some of these I can imagine are probably very rough around the edges and just probably a couple of minutes long. But yeah, signed by J.R. Bockwalter. So yeah, fun. Here's a recommendation for you if you haven't seen this one, Mom. And this is, I guess you want to say, a werewolf movie, and this is a Scorpion release. Now, they have made a marketing flub with this one. They've released it with this sleeve. I mean, if you don't know what this movie's about and you see this, you're just going to think it's some crappy, like, old lady drama. They should have used the UK VHS sleeve, which is, you know, gives you a better indication of what the movie's about, and would have been far more interesting than this sleeve. It's not a reversible sleeve either, annoyingly. But yeah, it's actually a really decent movie. You've got a small role for Brian James in this. I won't say too much about it. There is a review of this, but it's a fun movie. If you like werewolf, I mean, it's not strictly a werewolf movie. It's a little vague, but it's kind of more or less. But if you like that sort of thing, check it out. Watch the review, and hopefully you'll enjoy that one. Only one Marvel release this this update, and this is the Loki season 2 Blue Fans release, Lenticular. I really have come off the boil a little bit on Marvel, so I only ever really pick them up when I see them for cheap now. Even some of the kind of the basic releases, the basic steelbooks, I don't want to spend more than 20 quid on them, and really not more than like 40 quid on the kind of the premium ones, to be honest with you. So if I see them for cheap, I will pick them up, or I'll kind of just wait. I don't mind waiting. A bit of kind of sword and sorcery fantasy movies. So we're talking A Knight's War. I actually got a screener for this some time ago, and you know, it's an interesting little bit of like about kind of a knight who kind of goes into like an alternate dimension type thing. Full plate knight. I think the cover could have been better here. I mean, it's not as if these actors are particularly well known. I think they could have had a more of a dramatic bit of artwork on this to make it kind of sell it a little more, because no one cares about who this guy is. I think he's like the brother of the director, if I remember rightly. But yeah, it's not the most amazing fantasy movie, but it's, you know, it's practical effects, it's kind of demons and stuff and monsters. But if you want the kind of like Excalibur style full plate knights, you might want to check it out. Sticking with the Dungeons, well, fantasy movies, Dungeons and Dragons: Wrath of the Dragon's God. Now, this is actually one I've already had, but I'm struggling to find it. So I think I've lost it. So I bought it again. Probably haven't lost it. It's probably in a box somewhere. But you know, it's kind of, it annoys me that I have lost that. So I bought it again. The third Dungeons and Dragons movie is probably the best one, and I'm not talking about the recent Chris Pine one, but there was a sequel to this. But this was okay. You know, it's about a kind of a sort of undead dragon, I want to say. Yeah, it's. I mean, I enjoy fantasy movies. As I say, it's fine. A bit of a, you know, sort of early CGI type thing, but it is what it is. And then one more fantasy movie, and this is Deathstalker. This is the 2025 kind of remake. I did actually buy another Blu-ray of this, but I got a feeling that was a bootleg, to be honest. It was a Chinese bootleg. So I got this one, I think, directly from Raven Banner, which comes with this slipcase and I believe a soundtrack as well. Yeah, Raven Banner. Yeah, this is a fun one. Again, it's a reviewer for this one. If you want to check it out, you know, this is a throwback to the kind of the sword and sorcery movies of the 80s. It's very fun. I would definitely check it out, but it's on the cheesy side. Bear that in mind. And next up we have Werewolves. This is a German release. I was kind of hanging on to hopefully they would do like a kind of a nicer edition of this one. It wasn't actually released on Blu-ray in the UK, so I think in America and Germany you can get it. I was hoping they might do like a steelbook or something, because I really like that artwork. It's really cool artwork, and the movie's kind of like The Purge with werewolves. But yeah, so I ended up getting the vanilla Blu-ray because I wanted to get it. You watch now, they'll kind of release some like box set or steelbook or something. There you go. Next up, The Vampire and the Vigilante. This is a Renny Perez movie. I quite like Renny Perez, but I hadn't seen this one, so I bought the Blu-ray, and it doesn't work in my machine, annoyingly. My Blu-ray player has worked with most American Blu-rays, but didn't want to work with this one. So this is just a thing that's going to sit on my shelf now, annoyingly. Yeah, so I haven't actually seen this, nor can I watch it. I'll have to wait till I find it on streaming somehow. I even subscribe to the Renny Perez own subscription channel, and it's not on there. But, you know, I'm quite interested in seeing this. I mean, his movies are a little samey. It must be that they always take place in like the same forest and things like that, and they always have Michael Paré in it. But yeah, I still quite enjoyed them for the kind of the silliness that they are. So if you have seen The Vampire and the Vigilante, do let me know what your thoughts are. The Curse of King Tut's Tomb, and I think this is like a sci-fi movie. style film, and I think it's got Casper Van Dien in it, I want to say, and Malcolm McDowell. I haven't seen this one, but I thought, do you know what? That looks fun. You know, this looks like a fun movie. So I thought I would pick it up, and yeah. It's not about mummies though. I think it's like some kind of like demon or something like that, or like Anubis type, you know, Egyptian deity or something like that. So yeah, it might be some fun. So let me kind of go into the more stronger films. Although this one I would argue really isn't all that strong. Ckeck. There is a review of this. I think the review will actually go up after this update though, and this is a German independent movie. It's very low budget. It isn't as gory as you might think. I actually got this from a site called Black Lava, which I will talk about again in just a little bit, and it's kind of you know, it's sort of a little bit like Saw is the best way I would describe it, but it's not as gory as you might think, despite it being kind of labelled as a sort of, you know, splatter film or extreme film. It's not actually you know, it's no more gory than Saw or Hostel or anything like that. Next up we have Turbo Kid. Now I've actually got Turbo Kid a bunch of times, but I really like this movie. And when I was getting the Deathstalker film, I actually saw this with this kind of slipcase, and again that's a fairly kind of gory artwork you got now, and I thought, do you know what? I've got this movie about 5 times, but I'm going to get it again purely because I like this artwork, and probably, you know, equally sort of gory back cover. If you haven't seen Turbo Kid, I would suggest you check it out. It's kind of a like a post-apocalyptic movie, but it's kind of like what if it was made like in the style of 80s post-apocalyptic movies. It's very fun. So that's a recommendation if you haven't already seen it. Right, now we get on to the kind of the actual kind of more sort of questionable, extreme, stronger type movies. Certainly in regard to the covers. Now I know people like to cover up, but they've got a bit of boobies on it. I'm going to go in. I'm not going to cover it up. And this is a Moritoria's Legions of the Dead, and this is a Severin release. And so this is a little bit of a story. So I knew of this movie, and basically it's a kind of like a zombie gladiators movie. I hadn't seen it. I'd heard it was compared to like the kind of the older kind of like Fulci sort of style zombie. So I was quite wanting to see it, and I ended up finding this one on eBay. So I picked it up, and I thought I'll do obviously once it comes up I'll do a review of it. So I was searching for images for the review for when it, you know, when it came, and then I found this. So I found this image, and it turns out it was from a site for, you know, Blu-rays and stuff called Black Lava. So I clicked on it, and this was I hadn't had the original one that I just showed you turn up yet, and they were selling this Blu-ray, and it wasn't expensive. And to be fair, even the one I've just showed you, the Severin one, wasn't. It's less than £10. And I thought, do you know what? Even though I have just ordered this movie and I have yet to see it, I'm going to order this one as well because I really kind of like this cover. And you know, it's a little stronger cover, and certainly in regards to the kind of the gore and stuff like this. So anyway, I went under this Black Lava site and I bought it. I'll leave a link to Black Lava if I remember in the description. It's like an Austrian company, and you know, it's got a cool inner sleeve, and then this is where it gets a little bit more, you know. It's got like a postcard here with a little bit of headless naked women on it, so you see where we're going. Now I will say, this artwork isn't really indicative of the movie. She isn't in that. The armor isn't like that. That doesn't happen, or not exactly like that. So this is like an interpretive artwork of the movie. It's still fairly strong. Again, I have reviewed this movie. Please check out that if you want to see a little bit more about it. I still like obviously I still enjoy the cover, but that isn't really the movie, to be honest with you. I mean, it's similar, but those scenes are like from something else, or they are like AI or something like that, or kind of artists' renditions. It's not the actual. It's not the actual movie. Right. Next up, we have Hotel Inferno, and this is from Necrostorm, which is an Italian production company. I have seen a few Necrostorm movies, and I have seen the third Hotel Inferno, but I have yet to see the original. They are super gory, but they are kind of playful gory, is the best way I would describe it. What do I mean by that? Think like early Peter Jackson, like you know, Brain Dead and sort of stuff like that. So yeah, very, very gory, but very over the top, almost like going to a God of War concert, if you like. Not a huge amount of story in them. I think it's like a first-person view as well, so it's a little bit like Hardcore Henry or a kind of a found footage sort of style one. But yeah, I mean, they were quite fun. A light on story, but still fun for visual effects extravaganza. Right, and then we have Sick Shit. I haven't seen this one yet. I've only just recently picked it up, and again, I found it relatively cheap on eBay. So you know, I kind of picked this up and really have no idea what it's about, to be honest. But there you go. Right, the next three are probably the strongest out of what we're showing here. Right. Murder Set Pieces on Massacre Videos. This is a US release, and yeah, pretty gruesome cover there, to be honest. Haven't seen this yet. Again, these ones have really only just turned up, and I presume it's kind of like a Saw style torture porn kind of style movie. I think it's an American release, but I think the film might actually be German in origin, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, so Murder Set Pieces from Massacre Video. There you go. These get progressively worse. Right, this one arrived only today, and this was another one from the Black Lava. So what happened was, I got the Moratorious Blu-ray from them, and I just thought, well, I'm here, I'll have a quick look what else they've got. And this and the Psychotica were like new releases. They were like coming soon within the next week or so, and I'll be honest with you, they were very reasonably priced. So I thought, well, you know what, I'm already here getting Moratorious, I'll just pick up the whatever's coming out on the new release, and this was it. So I got this and Psychotica, which were like pre-orders at the time, but they're only due in like a week. And Psychotica turned up first with Moratorious. This one only turned up today, and this is only a half an hour length film, I think. So really is short, but as I understand it, it's very gruesome. So I'm not unsure whether this one and the next one, I'm unsure whether I can actually review it. I might give it a go, but it'll have to be a somewhat, you know, won't be able to show too much. But as you can see, that is a woman with a corpse. That's all I'm saying. Next one's a little bit dodgy for other reasons. Christmas Rape Tree. The Germans, they love it. And this is, she's actually, I don't know, I'll move this around a bit so you can't really see this focus on it, but it is actually fully nude, this sleeve. Christmas Rape Tree. And obviously a schlocky movie, but it's still certainly sexual violence and sexual content, probably still quite strong. So yeah, I haven't watched this one yet. I might obviously save this one for near the time, but I don't know how I'm going to put that in a title, basically, and not have my channel taken down. So this one might not be reviewed on the channel, it must be said. Anyway, after all of that, that is the pickups for the last couple of months. So some stronger films, this one. Now, at the moment, we're obviously going through the whole Aaran situation, so I'm a little bit hesitant to order too much abroad. because I know that there's going to be problems with fuel, and obviously with you know, people's, well, the airlines fares and fuel prices going up. I'm not sure if it's wise to order too much that needs to be kind of flown over via airmail. So I might not buy as much until this kind of situation in the Middle East is sorted out. Anyway, that is the pickups. What did you think? Anyone's are those pique your interest? Let me know, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.